Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Gingersnap, our challenge island, where we are trying to complete an entire island in only 24 days. And today is day number 9, I believe, so almost to double digits. I'm very nervous. In yesterday's video, we worked on the entrance a little bit, just mainly the layout of what we were gonna do, and we also kicked out a villager and we went for a 50 ticket hunt, and I did not find anyone. So I believe the plot should still be open because I did not let the day change. Yeah. So I kind of want to focus on getting a villager right now, so I did grab 20 tickets. I do have an incline that is over here that is still being built because we can't time travel because we have an open plot. So I would really like to find a villager today, so I'm gonna start with a hunt and we're gonna see if we can find anyone. We have landed, and as you can see, I did change my outfit from yesterday, and I went with a very brown neutral colored outfit because I'm trying to manifest a neutral colored villager. If I could pick one villager I really wanted, it would be Eric, and this is Buzz, who is technically a neutral colored villager, but I don't remember what his house looks like. I'm gonna look it real quick. He has one of the Japanese style houses, and that doesn't really go with the vibe of the island, so I will be leaving him. I do like him, and I think I've had him on 2 islands, which is kind of weird because he's kind of like a random villager I don't really think about, but I've had him in 2 dream addresses, which is pretty rare for me. All right, ticket number 2, it's Chrissy. I love her. I would have her and Francine, the sisters, you know, the bubblegum girlies. I would have them if I did a Candyland island. I think I would give them like a little concert, and I think it would be really cute and make it like pastel and colorful. Is this number 3? It is, and it's Celia, another eagle. Interesting. I will not be taking her like every other time I've seen her. Me not taking her. Who is here? It's Tucker. I saw him yesterday. Also, like I've mentioned in the other videos, I am recording this in the past for you. Like I pre-record these and then I schedule them for the day, so this will come out like the 9th. And I was watching Crossing Minutes' full series of his 30-day hard mode challenge that he just did, and in his challenge, he challenged himself to have a villager in the top 10, I believe, and he was getting people to vote for Samson. And I was just curious because it's after when his challenge actually took place. It took him a little bit to upload like the whole series video, and I went to the Animal Crossing portal thing where you can check popularity, and tell me why the number 1 villager right now is Chops. Who did this? Who did this? It says Chops is number 1, Raymond's number 2, Marshall's number 3, Sheena's number 4, and Molly's number 5. Who convinced everyone to vote for Chops? I don't know, because it said last month that Samson was number 1. So obviously Crossing Minutes work, or his what do you call that? His plead for people to vote for Samson worked. But why? Maybe I'll learn by the end of this series that I'm watching that like he also had Chops. I don't know. But yeah, Chops is number 1 right now. And that is disturbing. Alright, off of my soapbox, it's Cephalobot, the only acceptable octopus in my mind. All of the other ones can return to the sea where they belong. Wilbur, please put me out of my misery. I think this is because I gloated so much about finding the other villager so easily that now I'm being tortured with this villager hunt. It's Agent S! She was my first ever peppy villager in this game. I had her, Rhonda, and Drago as my 3 starter. Well, my 3 like plots, and then my starters were Boots and Plucky. What a weird gang. We have landed on another bamboo island. Will it be lucky? Probably not. Oh, it's Rio. She was on my 1 color island. And if you haven't seen that, you can kind of tell what color it was based on her color, which is red. It was called Crimson. Who is here? I'm getting tired. Oh, it's Flurry! We've seen her already this hunt. Well, not this hunt, I don't think, but in previous hunts. Still not gonna take her. And I'm getting tired of villager hunting. Should I just autofill? I feel bad autofilling though. Oh, it's Flurry again? Wait, did I go to another ticket? I did. Didn't we just see Flurry? Okay, well, I was gonna say, I'm gonna go on these next 10 tickets by myself, and if I find anyone, I'll obviously bring you back, but I want this video to mainly be about decorating, so I'm gonna go on these next 10 tickets, and hopefully I find someone. Y'all, do I take another squirrel? I'm pretty sure I like her house. Wait, this is Poppy. Also, guess what? My birthday twin. Fun fact. I'm pretty sure she has a normal house. Also, why do I not have her on my list, actually? That's kind of weird. Also, this is the last ticket. Look at this. This is the 20th ticket today. Let me look at, yeah, her house is normal. Maybe I didn't pick it because it had like I don't know why I didn't pick it. It's like the same as Pearl's, and I have Pearl on my list. Maybe just because I was like, you know, I have Poppy all the time. You know what? I don't even care. I'm taking her. She's red. She's Christmassy. She looks like a little peppermint swirl, you know, kind of. Like a peppermint, I guess. What else would you call that? She's coming to my island. My birthday twin. I do feel very lucky to have a really good birthday twin. Oh, she's so cute. I have had her probably on the most islands, to be fair. Okay, so this would be the third island I think I've had her in a dream address on. Because I had her on Booville, which was my first ever Halloween, like, townish city core island, and then I had her on my red island, and I can't think of any of my other dream addresses right now that I would have had her in. Yeah, I think that's it. But still, this would be the third one. I think that's the most. Wait, did I have her? I didn't have her on offline yet, right? No. I had Hazel. Hollytide, no, I didn't. Cobweb, no. Booville, yes. Saffron, no. Booville, yes. Rubble, no. Pebble, no. Yeah, so I just think the two. All right, well, that worked out kind of nicely, but now I kind of feel bad for having two squirrels over here and not including Poppy because she's gonna be somewhere else, not in the squirrel neighborhood. Okay, well, maybe I can put her house up on the cliff somewhere. I haven't gotten that far yet, and I haven't planned that far of what's going up here, so maybe I can put her like up here somewhere, like here. And then she'd be like kind of close still, you know? Kind of close. Yeah. I mean, I guess with that, I do want to time travel real quickly to get her moved in and then also get this incline built. And then I do want to place another incline, but I don't think I'm going to time travel for that one today. But I do want to place it in game tomorrow. So let us time hop to tomorrow. It's a new day and Poppy is on the island. Hey. Let's say hello to her. I'm pretty sure she does have a fall house though, so that's a little weird. Yeah, very fall in here. Not really fitting the island in the inside, but you know, that's okay. Girlfriend, I won't get rid of you for that reason. But wait, what does that mean? What do our villagers look like so far? Okay, so we're getting rid of these three. So we're gonna keep Poppy, Weber, Pecan, Mac, Blair, Bo, and Fauna, and then we just have 3 more to get rid of, which isn't bad when we're only on day 9 out of 24. So we have, I feel like, pretty good odds of getting them out. If anything, if by the end Patty is still here, I think I'll be okay with it, but I would prefer her not be here. So there's that. Anyways, let's get out of here. Before I start the actual decorating process, I do just want to get that one incline built. So we should have 2 functioning ones right now. We have this one back here behind the houses, and then we have this one that leads over to resident services. And then I just need to grab another one of these. This is where I wanted the other incline to go. So let's see if it... Can I imagine it, or is it just going to show me the top-down view? I want to see the side view. Let me see that side. Ooh. I mean, yeah, I guess. And just gotta pay off Lloyd, and then we can start decorating. All right, let's get down to business, people. This is no joking matter. It is time to decorate. And I'm trying to decide what I want to do in front of the houses. I feel like I typically give them like a little patio type situation. So, you know, maybe we just stick to what we know. Maybe just like a one row little porch. Hello, Blair. Want to see your new house? Well, the house isn't new, but the decorations will be new. So I think just like one here, you know, give them like a little tiny patio. And I'm trying to decide, I did mention in one video that I was like, should I get the villagers photos? But should I do it the good way and actually earn them? Or should I do it spicy and just get them however I want? You know, that is the difference. Okay. So this is cute. I did have an idea for over here that I kind of want to see what I want to do on the ground underneath it, because I could use these little bricky guys. Actually, let me put this down to see what this looks like on top of it. I'm just going to put it right here. This is not where I want this to go, but I do have the brick well item and I kind of want to use that with some sleighs. So yeah, here. It doesn't look, actually the stone kind of like blends in with the bottom of the well, which I kind of like. It doesn't, not meaning like it blends in, but like it goes together well. You know what I mean? Goes together well. Nice pun, Kaylee. Thank you. Or we could do a little patch of this like translucent-y type pathing and put the well on top of this. I think I kind of like the stone. Yeah, so let me figure out placement for this, because okay, so plan wise, I kind of want there to be a path that goes up this way to Pecan's house, and I'm trying to think, I think I want it to go this way as well, so it will kind of go like a little N, what is this? A little, I don't know, that shape, and then for it to come up here, to go to Blair's house, and then up this incline. So I'm gonna try to place down the well real quick, and I'll try to get a good, like, base layer for what I want the pathing to look like between all of this, because it's quite a big area, quite a big area. I have a little bit of the pathway done, and I got the what is this thing, the well into an area that I like. But one thing I wanted to put with the well was some of the sleigh items, and I think I have two versions. So I think I have the red one and the brown, I think it's the brown version. Yeah, so trying to decide how, I feel like the red is quite bright. We already have the red from the well, so I think I want to use the darker version, which is the sleigh, which is this one. I already forgot. Yeah, something like that. And then maybe one off to the back side as well, just like poking out the other side a little bit. Yeah, and I think I kind of want to put a tree over here. Can I fit one here? I can. Okay. I can also fit one here if I wanted to do a small tree right here. Probably a hardwood, because I don't want it to be too pointy next to the pointiness of does that make sense? I don't want it to be, the cedar is like pointy, and so is this is also pointy, so like, is that weird that they're like both pointy next to each other? I don't know. And then one thing I also wanted to add was a bucket, and I think I want to put it like on a stool, like next to it. I don't know if I like it there though. What if we put it in front of the tree, or like here in between these two things? Also, I could use a different type of stool. I just have this one in my pocket already, so I'm just using this. Maybe like over. Can I put, oh, I can't push it over half a tile. I can if I stay on this side of the tree to make sure it isn't in like a weird half tile situation. So like there, and then wooden bucket. Yeah, and then that should probably go on top of a custom design. And this is like a half tile. Do I have anything that's like, I mean, we have these things. I wish I had a frozen puddle, actually. I don't have that. That is kind of like one thing I'm missing from over here, but that's okay. So like this, and then I kind of want to make sure we have like a bush over here. And I'm just using one type of bush on this island. I feel like it doesn't change too much. And then I kind of want to do like a pansy over here. And then probably a bigger tree on this side. Oh yeah, and I have to stunt this as well, so stunt that guy right here. Okay. And then probably another bush over here. I go crazy with the shrubbage and stuff, so I need to make sure I calm myself a little bit. And then maybe like a weed. Yeah. And then I think the only other tile I can plant something on right here is this one, right? Yeah. So this could be a flower, maybe a mum. Maybe. I don't know if I love this. I feel like I need to put something else here. Do I have anything in my pocket that would kind of work right here? Oh, we do have log stakes. I mean, that kind of works actually right there. I think I like that better. And then maybe I don't know if I just am like trying to force this thing to work and it's not going to, like the whole bucket situation. I think I don't like that it's sitting on that stool. So maybe I can get something else to go there. And then I kind of want this to be maybe a bush, so you have to walk around it. So it kind of separates this area, you know, so you don't like walk through here. You have to like go on the pathway. And then also like a tree back here, like a tiny one. Am I just gonna end up using all little hardwood trees? What if we do a cedar? This is what happens when I make natural islands. I just end up talking to myself for like 5 hours straight. Oh man, I just love the hardwood trees. One thing about the hardwood trees I wish I could change though is the like way that the top one is going, you know, because they're always the same thing there. And then before I get too far, I did have an idea for right here. I kind of want to do a large tree. And then I was thinking about having the fence in the background, either this tall fence item or okay, what? Hello? Turn? No, don't push up. Like this. Yeah, like that right there. I don't love that you can see that gap right there, but I was thinking of putting a big festive tree here, which I think I have, yeah. No, my flower. My flower. I'll just replant that real quick. Okay. So we could have this here. I kind of want to move it back a tile though, because I feel like it's getting too close to the walkway and it's going to be a tight squeeze. So I have to get rid of this tree and maybe move it back one. I was also thinking instead of that fence, we could do the vertical board fence. And let me make sure I move this back one to be here. And then actually, does that make it go all the way around the house? It does. Okay. So like that, and then that tree will be moved back a spot, and then we could have the big tree here. So let me grab something to pick that tree up. I added that stuff back here. I also added a just like the festive tree, you know, and I do like this, but I want to see what it looks like if I do have that fence item here, because I kind of liked it being a little bit taller back here and kind of like blocking the area off. So let's put that back and then scoot that forward just a little bit. And then I believe it can go here too, which is nice because it will continue over. And then we don't have that weird like blank spot that I was talking about. Yeah, I don't know why, but I like the fence right there. I like the fence right there. And then yeah, you can just like walk through here. It's not too like crammed in, you know, so that's kind of nice. I also added a little flower right here. Not sure if I want to keep that one. I also added a flower right here. Not sure if I want to keep that one or if I want to try to do the bucket on a different stool. I could also do it maybe on a either a wooden stool or what is that? The pile of Zen cushions. I could customize something and maybe put it like here. So it's like on this tile. So I guess let me grab one of those and try that. Okay, let's see how this looks if I put the Zen cushion here. And I did customize it in a green, but I'm thinking I might want it to be the darker green color. So if we have that, I kind of want it on a half tile forward as well. Scoot it this way. Actually, what does it look like if we put it this way? That looks a little bit more green. Okay. And then wooden bucket, if we push that here. Why am I hating this wooden bucket so much? I don't like that, but I feel like something has to go here. What if it was just the bucket? I mean, that's pretty simple, but it kind of works. And then I would want something like slightly taller back here, but I do have to stunt this tree somewhere. Unless I move the tree over, which I could do. I think I could put a tree here. Yeah. And then this area is kind of open. This is me working through this area with my limited brain power. Okay. And then I kind of want to put something... Oh, I didn't mean to pick that up. I feel like I have to have a code underneath this bucket. Again, I wish I had... Oh, maybe we can do this one. So it kind of looks like maybe it frosted over some leaves. And then put this wooden bucket down. Scoot you over. Maybe. And then if we could do two bushes, like a bush here and a bush here. I don't love that. I like that better. Do I just keep this tile open? Although I kind of hate how this custom design looks on the ground, to be honest. I could also move this over, and then that's a side piece. I could do the side piece where I'm standing right now, so it's a little farther over, you know? And then put this here, and then move this back. I think I moved it a whole tile, right? And then put the wooden bucket on top of that stone. I think that looks better. I think so. I could do the red flower here, which I had. It just kind of feels like it's like in the middle of nowhere. Okay, I'm gonna move this back. You know what? Let me just figure this out. I feel like I'm moving the same two trees over like for 7 times. I think I have it to a place that I like for the moment. Okay, so I got rid of the little black flower that was right here. This little spot just looks empty, and I think I'm just gonna live with it. I could put a a leaf pile here, so I'm not gonna worry about it. I also have these two spots, like this tile and this tile open, and I think I kind of want to do that a little bit more on this island, not like cram so much stuff in here, you know. And then actually I need to put some, okay, that's not where I told you to go. I need to put some vines up here because that's gonna bother me. Okay, well, stop going there, thank you. That will bother me even more if it does that. I don't know what I'm gonna do back there. Maybe like a barrel or some sort of something. But I do like this area, so like I said, I moved the tiles or like the thingies a little bit. And I do like that. I put some shrubs back here. I did have a wheat field, but it just looked very cut off, so I did remove that. And then basically I need to continue this pathway up here and then kind of do like a little bit of a roundabout right here. So I need to plan out that pathway real quick. And then I do have this area behind Pecan's house that I'm trying to think of what I want to do back here, because it is like a little bit of a larger area back here. I mean, I could just like fill it in with like stuff, you know, but that seems a little boring. Now I'm just like hyper focused on putting vines on the edges of the cliffs. Okay, and then I was thinking of what I want to do in front of Blair's house. So I was thinking maybe a laundry area of some sort, or like a sitting area, like a little, because I do have the log chair in my pocket, and I just think that's gonna work perfectly for this island. I do want to put like a custom code on it, but I think it will work like pretty well. But I think first let me map out where I want the pathing to go, and then we could also give her like a little Christmas tree in the front, this one, so she's at least a little festive too. I do want to like sprinkle festive trees around even in filler areas as well to make it like a little bit more cheery and bright. And I do have the tiny one somewhere. Oh, did I get rid of it actually? I had it in my pocket. I think I got rid of it. Yeah, I did. Okay. Well, I had it and I can get it again. I also have a destination signpost that I kind of want to fit in here somewhere, but I don't quite know. I mean, I could probably put it like back here maybe, or up by this thing. What is this incline? It's just this one, this guy. And then I do have these two signposts as well. I think just the one. Yeah. Oh, I meant to grab the angled one actually. Did I grab both or just the one? Just the one, of course. Okay. Well, with that, I'm gonna try, okay, this is what's bothering me right now, because this is a white flower and that's a white flower, but I feel like if I could change this one to a red one if I did this. Yeah, maybe that's a little bit better. It's a little bit brighter. And then we could put the black flower over here because we did have one over here. And then I obviously need to fill in this small area too, probably just like with tiny trees and stuff. We can definitely start using some of the cedars because we haven't used that yet. But just like a bunch of, because it's like a natural island, you know? I feel like it takes me so long to decorate in natural because you have to fill like every tile. Anyways, I think I've said it like 4 times, but let me figure out this path real quick. I'm back and I got carried away a little bit on this side. I did just fill this in with some natural bits. So I grabbed some country fence and, you know, we have little duckies over here, but it's just like very like general, like natural filler. So nothing like too exciting over here, but I did want to just fill this spot in, I guess. And I got carried away without recording it. And then I did add these little grass standees, which I think look so cute right here. I was complaining about this area feeling kind of empty, but I feel like that grass standee right there looks kind of cute. And then I have one back here too. It was just like a very empty spot right there, and it was just weirding me out, you know? So I added that there. They are like kind of close to each other if like you're looking this direction, but I think it's fine, especially if we use them more around the island. I think it won't look weird if they're close to each other. I do want to work on the area next to Blair's house. Also, I don't think I mentioned this, but I did change out the pathing. I didn't like swap out the codes. I still had both of these codes like in my collection, I don't know, inventory, what would you call that, list? I don't know, but I changed out for the darker dirt one, and I think I like that a lot better. It just feels like it takes up more like visuals, you know? The light one was very light and it kind of felt like the ground was empty, which I wasn't loving. So I did switch this out for the dark one, and then I think I just want to keep the lighter one for maybe like more natural areas, I'm not sure, but also like if we want to like put things on the ground, we can have that as another option. Just like what we did with the little like bricks situation over here. So something similar to that. As for the house over here, I was thinking I do kind of want to use that little festive tree here But I was also thinking of layering some stuff back here. Like we have a barrel, and I did grab the holiday candle, so we can put that up here as well. And then maybe like, you know, stagger those. I don't know if that's like tall enough to, I don't know if the barrel's tall enough to like take up enough like visual room. I do also have the decorative bottles that we could put up here, which are a little bit taller and they kind of like look a bit more, like they take up more room, I guess, you know. I also still have the Zen cushions that we could add over here. We might want to change it out though. We could also push this guy over on this side because I do also have the log chair, which is right here. So we could put this kind of here. And I put that little bear on it. I think that's so cute. I don't know if I love that pattern. It kind of sticks out a little bit right now. I also have the log stool, which we could use again in this area. And I grabbed the little cupcakes, which I really love. I think they're so cute to put like on that maybe. I don't know. And like I said, I do have the Zen cushions as well, because that's kind of cute as well. Okay, I was getting a little frustrated because my dogs would literally not stop moving around the room. So I think I've calmed myself down a little bit. I've locked them out of the room, so they're no longer in the room with us, which I vastly prefer because I just get nervous that you can like hear their little steps around, like when they're walking around, and I'm like, please don't be annoying. Like I don't want that in the video. Anyways, I wanted to see if we could do a log, not a log, what is this? A wooden stool. I also grabbed the leaf stool to put here because that's kind of cute as well. And then we could put this on top, the little cupcakes. Ooh, I don't know, because I don't really like the color of the... I wish the leaf and the little leggies were the same, but they're not. So I think, if anything, I prefer the wooden stool here with the cupcakes. And then maybe Blair works at the bakery, you know? She just brought home a little bit of her own stuff. I don't know if that makes sense. And then I did still have... well, I had the Zen cushions, but I re-customized them to be the darker green color because I felt like we needed a little bit something. But honestly, what if we push the cupcakes over this way? It might fill in that gap nicely. Yeah, and then, okay. And then I think I can still put the Zen cushions back there. I can. I don't know what I would want to put on top. We do have the holiday candle. I could also get the tabletop festive tree. See, I do really like this item, but I feel like the candle's a little skinny. A little skinny, you know? Let me grab the tabletop. Let me scooch this. The tabletop festive tree. Oh, that's kind of cute, right? I think that's cute. I do feel like this looks like a little blank right here, but I think we're gonna have like filler and stuff in front of it, so I don't think that's too big of an issue. Although one thing I did also grab was a mama bear. I can't remember how big she is. Oh yeah, I mean that is kind of cute. One thing I was wondering about is behind this there is a spot right here where I think, oh actually no, I don't think so. I was gonna say I think we could put a tree here, like a real tree, like a hardwood tree, but I think because of that cliff right there we actually couldn't do that. But I do feel like I need something there. We might be able to just do it on the top cliff though, to kind of fill in that space right there. So if I come up here and let's see, like right here, could I put a tree here? Would that satisfy what I'm thinking? I mean it does fill in that area. And then what about like a bush also like next to it? Okay, wait, let's do a bush here and then maybe a red, well, like a red and black. So I'm thinking a pansy flower right here. I love the red pansies. I feel like I used to be a pansy hater, but now I kind of like them because like when you're here, it kind of fills in that spot a little bit more, you know? And I think I do want to use some windmills on top of this. So when you're standing at the entrance, you can kind of see it from here kind of, especially like over next to Pecan's house. I think the windmills would look nice. Okay. That is good. I do have to start filling this stuff in with like a bunch of like little filler and stuff. Trying to decide what I want to do here because we could do like little log planks, like a this situation where like it leads over to this pathway. And then can I plant something right here? Can I just do like a little mossy moss? No, of course not. I mean, does it bother me that that tile's empty? I could, if I move this over real quick, I could just add a little bit more of that snowy path. I hate that you can't put like plant stuff right there like that. I I promise you, a weed right there is not going to impede the ability to get into the house. A weed will not hurt that. Nintendo, I promise. You'll be okay. If I could just plant a weed there. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think that's okay. And then we'll have like a little bit of filler in front, but not too much because I don't want it to block too much. I kind of want to see if I can put a tree there though. Now I'm just like keep thinking about the tree. Okay, here goes the moment of truth. Yeah, no. That's what I thought. We could do a fake tree back there. Oh, I don't know. Would that look weird if we put a cypress tree there? Or, oh, maybe a schefflera. Okay, let's try a schefflera right there. Yeah, just to like, I don't know. Because I'm crazy, that's why. Okay, yeah, okay. I feel like I do like that, like covering that little area right there. I really wish I could put a normal tree there, but I cannot. So that's what I'll have to do. And there's not a whole lot of room here for trees either. TBH. I think like right here I could do a tree. Maybe a little bit of a bigger tree. Yeah, I feel like we need to add like more trees here too. And then like I said, I was thinking about doing like a laundry area here, but I feel like we could also do it back here, just like in this little tiny nook. I do feel like though I need to go through and start just filling this area kind of up with a little bit more filler stuff. Like I don't think I want you to be, yeah, I don't want you to go this way. Although I did say I want you to get down to the beach, so, or I guess I could just have you get to the beach this direction, because the incline goes this way, so you could get to the beach down this direction. So we could block it off here, because I did also talk about doing some water terraforming right here. So let me just see if I can plan that out without getting in the way of this thing. What is this? The incline? I was able to fill in these little areas that I made, just like a couple small little, like, I don't know what you would call those, like islands, you know, like waterfall island. I do want to see what it looks like on the map though. I haven't checked yet. So let's open this thing up. Not too bad, not too bad. I kind of wish it connected to something. It doesn't, obviously, just like a little squiggly on the map, 2 little circles. And then it does go up on the cliff as you saw. So let's see what it looks like up here by, what is this thing? The incline. Yeah, there's definitely still enough room because then we can put, no, not the map. Kaylee, get out of here. We can do a little bit of the pathing right here. So if we do this, and then this way, and then that would be, it's gonna go in the wrong spot. Oh no, it went in the right spot. Yeah, something like this, you know, so we could even do it the other way. Actually, if we stand here, we could do a curve here, a straight piece here, and then this one would be the single tile. That way it just like doesn't go like super close to the water over here. And then I did just add like a couple, oh, I didn't mean to jump right there, but I just decorated those little tiny islands that were like in there, but this also needs to be decorated. I don't think, I don't think I can put a tree here, right? Oh, I can. Okay, well, I kind of want to put a cedar tree right here actually though, but a smaller version. Well, the same size as that one, but this, and put that like right there. Yeah, and then we can decorate, and then I can come back over here and decorate it, but it's gonna be like shrubs, flowers, stuff like that. So I don't want to worry too much about the area up here though, because we still need to work on this area down here. This pathway is, I don't know, I don't love how this is looking right now, so I do want to like slightly change it. I think I don't know if it will look, if I just make this straight and then this, if that looks better. Yeah, I think that like instantly looks better. It just looked weird how this was like straight across and then it was straight across here. I didn't love that, so I do think that's a bit better. And then we can decorate around this area a little bit more. Like I think I can put a tree here. Let's do like a tiny cedar. It kind of blends in with like the Christmas trees. Just hanging out with the Christmas trees. And then we can put some more trees back here too. Probably other cedar trees like this one. And then this can probably be a larger tree. So we could do a full hardwood right here. Does that look too big though? It also kind of blocks Blair's house a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, okay. So what I'm thinking, just looking at this, I might change that one out to be a large sized cedar And then the cedar that's behind the well, I don't love because it's pointy at the same line as the actual well. So that looks a little funky, but I think we can turn this one into this. And then I think the tree was on this tile, so if I move over here and then maybe do a small hardwood here. What? Oh, okay. I think I was standing in between tiles, but I think that will work. Yeah, that works a little bit better. And then it's kind of like a tight squeeze through here though. I might actually, we can move this tree to be over here just so it's a little bit more open. And then if I stunt this cedar back here, it will also stunt that little guy. Yeah, I think that's okay. I do feel like I need to bring in, definitely need to fill this area back here a little bit more. I kind of want to put a black flower back here. What do we have? Please again. Maybe just a black, what is this? Lily? I couldn't think of what that flower was called. And I do kind of want to use some wheat fields over here to like kind of fill in the space. I like how, I don't know, it just like covers stuff, you know? So like one here and then one here probably. I always like to partner my, actually that, okay, that is stunting that tree, but this looks very open right here. So maybe we do a bush here instead. And oh, I'm stuck, duh, Kaylee. And then we can stunt this cedar over on this side, which you won't really be able to see eventually. And then I think this is an open tile to stunt this tree. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, you see how those wheat fields like fill in that area back there? I do like that. I love a good wheat field. And then this right here is, I think probably just a glowing moss right here. And then I feel like I'm using a lot of shrubs. Garden rock? Because then we can pull it out a little bit. Yeah, I kind of like that. I like that, but I do want to put a coat on the ground right here underneath that, just so it's not like so stark white. I don't know. So that little guy right there, and then we can put the garden rock back down. Actually, what if we did a bunny garden decoration thing? So right there, instead of the rock, we do the bunny, which is like the little tan version, and put that guy there. That's kind of cute. Oh yeah, that's cute. And then maybe we can even put one over here too. Did I stunt this here? I did. So we could put one like here. Let's do a different coat though. Let's do maybe some of these and then put the other bunny on this side. And then he could be actually facing forward. That's kind of cute. And then this could just be a weed. And that kind of makes it like, I don't know, having the weed and the glowing moss makes it just like feel a little bit more walkable right here, you know? And then I feel like this should be a flower. I was gonna say a red mum, but I have one right there, but I could change that out to be something else. So let's do a red mum here, and then maybe the black Cosmo right here. I like those ones because they like take up a good amount of room, you know? Like the tulips are a little bit taller, so I feel like they don't have as much like horizontal coverage. But I think that's okay. We have a one right here. We could change that out for a tulip, but then there's a tulip right there, so I think it's fine. You know, I can't get away from them being all different, I guess. And then over here again, probably, no, not a vine. I could do a bush, and then maybe this is where we can use some more of the wheat fields. I like having the wheat fields a little staggered though, like that, yeah. And then we could do the rock right here, where it's gonna be like on a weird half tile right here that we were doing, like that. I feel like snowy places have a lot of rocks. Is that weird? I think it's because I think about them having like mountains, and mountains are very rocky. I'm also saying this as a Floridian, so if I'm incorrect and you don't have a lot of rocks where you live but it snows, don't be mad at me. I'm just a Florida girl living in a Florida world. Okay. And then really quickly, just to fill in this area down here, I guess. I was kind of thinking of doing maybe just like fence right here to cut it off like we have on the other side. So I'm gonna put this piece like sideways, but I'm gonna get rid of it in a second, but it's just to help me get these straight. And then let me leave a spot open so I don't block myself out. And then this can be glowing moss. And then what do I want to go right there? Should we just do a little festive tree? And then a wheat field behind that. And then maybe a flower of some sort. Let's do, oh, I don't know. Yeah, maybe a white mum right here. And then another wheat field. There we go. And then this is an open tile. This is an open. And then we have two open tiles right here. So maybe another wheat field here. They just fill in the spaces so nicely, I guess. And I think I can get this over on a half tap if I scooch over a little bit actually. Yeah, and then this can be a wheat field next to this tree. And then I kind of want to do, let's do a black flower here. And then this can be another bush. I don't know, are those two too close to each other? I only have 3 types of black flowers, which is my issue. You won't really come over here anyways, but I'm just gonna do a Cosmo. There is a Cosmo up on the cliff, but I don't think you're really gonna see those, to be fair, like at the same time. And then I was thinking back here of putting a barrel, but I think I can put a wheat field back there to just like fill in kind of like some of that, and then put the barrel in front. There we go. And then do I still have the tabletop thing? I can never find anything. I do have the holiday candle, I guess. And then we have the Zen cushions. We could put something over here. Yeah. And then can I plant something here? Probably not. No, I can't. Oh, I have a wooden box. Okay, we could do that and then put a flower here. I'm thinking a red one. What do I have over here? Okay, those. I guess this. And then we can put a tree here, I believe. Yeah, and then just stunt it here. Stuntaroonie. Okay. And then I just have to have stuff to put on top of this. I just don't have anything in my pockets right now, I don't think. Unless we wanted to trade one of those out for a festive tree. I love a festive tree. Put that bad boy. Yeah, that's gonna keep right there, I think. And then put something small on this. What is a small item? What about a gyroid? Oh my gosh, what color gyroid do we want? Let me look at some gyroids. I grabbed a clatteroid because he's like tan. Yeah, oh, cute. Cute. I do like that a lot. Oh my gosh, it's starting to feel like this is actually a build now, you know? Before it was just like a wide open space, but now we have a good portion of it filled in. And then, okay, so we have all of this. This is probably just gonna be like small filler. I don't really want to block too much, and I can't really put a tree over here anywhere. I think a tree could fit like here. Yeah, but that kind of blocks the bear. Is that okay? It might have to be okay because there's not really another place for a tree to go. I think we could put maybe a small cedar right here. I just don't want it to block the house too much. We could also do a big tree here and cut it down so it's a tree stump. I do love a tree stump. I've been getting more used to them. That sounds so weird, but it is like kind of true. Like I hadn't used them for a while, like for a good while. And then you start using them and you're like, oh, I actually kind of like this. You know what? Oh, see, like I hate that you can see both of those right there. I don't know if I want to use another red one across from that. We could move it slightly down so it's not so far close to it, and then use a dark one here. And then this could be a weed. And then obviously I'll have to grab an axe to cut that down. And then I kind of wanted to do a signpost right here. I kind of ran away from this area, but I wanted to do a signpost, and I'm thinking I want to put it on that log coat I have. This guy. And then can I do a white tulip right there? I think that's fine. And then a bush. Maybe we could do a big tree right here. Although that tree is not going to be stunted right there, but let me just try it. The big festive tree, you know? Oh, I think I'm too close. Let's plop that baby down. Yay. Very festive. And then see, I said like I wanted to use some of those trees as like filler, so I did put them like on the island, and I put one down. I mean, you saw me put this one down, I think. But I do want to use those as like filler. I just want it to be like so Christmassy, you know? Okay, let me tear this tree down. Well, not tear it down, but you know, like chop it down. And then I'm just going to use like small fillers and stuff around here. I might just extend the water a little bit more too, you know? Just to fill in some space, and so that this isn't like a straight line right here maybe. I'm in the middle of filling this in, and Patty's thinking, this can't be a thought bubble because we just got Poppy on the island. Well, it's obviously a thought bubble, not a moving bubble, which is what I mean. A top hat? No. I wish when I said I wasn't looking for a top hat, they didn't give it to me, because now I just have to take Patty's trash. But also, Bo was thinking earlier, and I talked to him, and he wanted me to deliver a package to Blair, and I said, no, do it yourself. Do it your dang self. So this area is now decorated. I added a big tree and then just, you know, chopped this down, added a couple weeds to, you know, very sample. I started decorating the area back here and I was like, I should probably bring you along with me. So here I am bringing you along with me. I want to do like a little clothesline area back here because I was going to do that next to Blair's house, but I feel like this area is perfect and it's just like a little tiny filler kind of spot. So let's go ahead and put some of this down. I don't know quite how big I want this to be, so also feel like there should be like a bush over on this side and maybe a flower over here. Let's do what I have. Let's do this. Yeah. So I have 2 of the clotheslines, and I believe these are half tile items. So, and then I kind of want to see if I can flip the other one this direction so that the colors are on like, you know, kind of like that. Does that make sense? I kind of don't like it like that, actually. Let me put it this way. I think that is better, but I do want to fix the tiles over here because you can see it a little bit more than I thought, like the jagged edges, you know? So don't like that. Let's go ahead and put the little cut off sides over here. Yeah. And then we can put our thing back, this clothesline. Okay. And I think I can push this a little farther back because I also have a log bench to use. Okay, don't sit on it. Push this up, and I kind of want it to go all the way over. And then I have a stack of shirts, or stack of clothes, whatever you want to call it. Is this... I can't tell if this is a tile I can put something on. I don't think it is. No. Okay, it is not. I think that's good. I did want to put... Actually, I want to put the shirt on this side because I had a pair of boots I wanted to put down here, and I think I want it to go here. Or I could put the boots here. No. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna wear those boots now. I think I was just wearing... Hello? You like jumped 20 feet away from me. Let me pick this up. I don't know if that's the issue. I want to put the boots here. Place. Am I standing too... Oh, I might be standing too close. Okay. Boots, please. Oh my god. Please. Okay. Can I scoot this back? Yes. And turn you to the side? Yes. And then can I scooch you over? Yes. Okay. So what was so difficult about that like 2 seconds ago? And then I want to take this guy and then put the shirt back over here. Yeah. Perfect. And then I think I should add some trees and stuff back here. I think the only tree I can really put is right here. So do we want to do a full tree? It does fill up that space nicely. And then we can put another bush here. And then maybe just like 2 wheat fields back here. I also had a barrel that I was going to put a wash tub on. That went not where I wanted it to. Gosh, sometimes Nintendo, you really grind my gears sometimes. Okay, there. And then boom, bada bing, there. And then this can be like a flower. Let's do a white flower, sure. And then this can be a bush. And then this could be also a bush. I did have a barrel. I was gonna put it here, but that looks kind of weird. So I think I'm just gonna put a little glowing moss right here. And then maybe I don't even put the barrel. I just put the wash tub on the ground, like right here. Yeah, that's kind of cute actually. Yeah, and then, okay, this is on a half tile, I believe, so I can't put anything right there, which is fine. But then we have our 2 little clotheslines. We have our wash tub, our boots, stuff like that. I think that works. And then I think that's all of this area in the front, right? I mean, we have this little area, but I need to figure out what I'm doing with the cliff there first. So I guess let's see. Let's just do a little walkthrough, you know? Here's our entrance. We have a little wishing well moment over here. I was just trying to see if I could get through right here, and you can't. Okay. We have a wishing well moment with some sleighs, you know? Just some like small filler over here with some duckies. And then we have Pecan's house right in the center. Well, not in the center, but right at the front. And then if you walk around, you get greeted by 2 beautiful little bunnies. Could you imagine if we had squirrels like this that we could put like on trees or something? That would be insane. Speaking of Pecan, she's over here. If you come over this way, you can kind of see a little bit of this water feature, but it's kind of just like a space filler, and I want to use more terraforming. If you go back up this way, this is Blair's house, which I love her exterior. Oh, I did not know there was a balloon there. But she just has like a cozy little corner over here. You actually can't sit here because of the muffins, but I think it's still a cute spot. We have a big tree over there. I like this thing, the tree stump. And then we do have a incline that goes up this direction. And then in this just like little space filler, we have a clothesline and some clothes. Maybe the 2 squirrels are doing their laundry. And I think that actually turned out really cute. Let's go ahead and take off this. Oh my gosh, I forgot I was wearing that hat. That hat is so cute. That is going to be the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad that we finally got started decorating. I was feeling a little pessimistic earlier when I wasn't getting this area quite right, but I actually think it turned out really good, and I'm pretty proud of myself, especially because I've never really decorated in the snow too much. So I think this is the most decorating I've ever done in the snow, maybe. Possibly. But yeah, we finished this whole entrance and we got a new villager today. We added Poppy. I do have to figure out if I'm going to add Poppy to the squirrel neighborhood. So stay tuned for that. But I will see all of you all tomorrow. So with that, goodbye, friends.